And Lady Johanna von Danzig on my right, also with single rapier. Lady Marion is your marshal.
Take your guns. Lay a lay. It's taken a brutal leg, thus she must lose the leg and kneel upon the ground.
A touch to the gut, I do confess. All right, he avenges his own death. How convenient was that? Next, here we go. Ready and lay on. Oh, she takes the kill. Go. As you can see, this particular style of sword fighting was very dangerous because a slight cut, they're not wearing armor. So a cut from a razor sharp one of those against fabric that was not as thick as what we're wearing could have been disabling or even killing. Now, we've made some allowances for the sport. A death could take a very, very, very long time. Long enough for you to invite all your friends to your final party that night. Yes, it happened. The wound would not heal before they lost all their blood. We compress all that time to just admit that we won the fight so we can then get up and do it again.
Where you going? Over there.
You ready? And lay on. Two sword and dagger styles. Targai is using a very unique style. And that victory goes to Targai. A very interesting exchange. Shall we do it again? And lay on. Oh, a nice little touch to the face. And Targai admits to the kill.
Let's keep going. Okay? We're making big mess.
Yes, we do run out of swashbucklers this way.
There was a reason they banned dueling.
They drank the juice so you didn't make a bigger mess.
It was fought heavily by the Lawyers Guild, who loved going at Wilson Estates.
How about cold fighters? There's enough rivers to man like that.
Okay, so I need everybody to sing along with me. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Because we have, what do we have?
So I guess make it every person for themselves.
Oh, okay, as opposed to flying machines versus deadly fish?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's okay, it's what do you want, Coach? What's that? Call it Roman? We're calling this a Roman melee today. Each one of these fencers stands for themselves. So that means whichever one of these things wins. Alliances may be made and broken at the drop of a hat, and there ain't no law that can stop it. Stand your ready. Rapier and dagger. Case of rapiers. Rapier, dagger, case of rapiers. All right, are you all happy with your starting positions? Lay on. Careful, careful, in the whirlwind.
Very good.
And now it's 3. Nobody uses the chair as a carrying item.
I gotta feed him before we go.
And now it's 1-on-1. Mano a mano. Case of rapiers versus rapier dagger. The true drama of human competition. Life or death. There's no tomorrow. And there it is. With a double thrust to the body and the neck. Targa is the winner of all.
Okay. Now go on to the next thing.
These were the folks who went on crusades. These were the folks who fought in wars for hundreds of years. These were the folks who held tournaments of jousting. These were the folks that made the concept of chivalry what we know it today. These were the knights of the Middle Ages. Now in our club you actually have to earn the title of knight, and sadly there is nobody here who has done so yet because they're all off at a very important war practice in New Jersey. Yeah. So they couldn't come to Long Island. But we're here for you and we shall do our best. Now, you see that this, like those rapiers, is steel. Well, we don't want to actually die. So even though we are wearing steel armor, steel and leather armor, we use weapons made out of rattan, which is a tense fibrous grass, much like bamboo. It gives ever so slightly. It doesn't splinter like wood does. And if you cut it down just right, it's roughly the same size, weight, and balance as the real thing. So it's safer. So, the rules are pretty simple. Saravich, would you come up here for a moment? You'll notice he is covered from his head to his knees. He's got armor under his pants. You got armor under your pants, right? I believe him. Okay, you got, let's see. You're protected on the elbows, the knees, the kidneys, the head, the neck, the hands, and you're wearing the appropriate personal protection in the appropriate manner. Okay, this not gonna come off. Nope, not gonna hit your face. Okay, much like the fencers, a blow to the head or to the body would count as a kill. A blow to the arm or to the leg would force the fighter to fight without that arm or leg. Strikes to the hand and strikes to the knee or below are not legal. And if you have a marked tip that has padding in it, then you are allowed to stab with it. This I could not stab with because it does not have a padded tip. So, who wants to see some knightly combat in armor?
Yeah!
Give me a minute, I'll be right with you. Seeing is the basic M1 of medieval combat, and that is the sword and the shield. In his case, he happens to have a thrusting tip on his sword, which I noticed. I do not, so I cannot stab. So, shall we begin?
Gentlemen, salute the crown of the east.
Oh yeah. Just to let you folks know that we are not guilty of the sins of pride and vanity. We are not doing this for ourselves. So therefore we must pay honor to certain parties before we begin. Who's the first one? We of course must pay honor to the king and queen of our kingdom, who is somewhere in that direction today. Now, it just so happens that this area in our club is the crown province of Ustgard, and thus we have a viceroy and vicereine who, being Mongol, call themselves an Il Khatunate. And where are they? In that very direction. They're not here.
Okay, salute the person who brings you honor on this day.
Okay, now who sort of, would you bear my favor this day, my lord? Who's ever heard anything of that sort? Yeah. So, in most cases, it was a man fighting for a lady. So, my lady happens to be in Williamsburg, Virginia today. Where's that? Which direction is that? South. That's that away. Okay, where's yours?
My lady is running the children's activities.
Okay, Paula.
Okay, salute those who do you honor this day. So, yeah, salute the gentles assembled to watch you do combat.
Now, there would be absolutely no reason to do this if you guys wouldn't tell everybody what we did. So, we salute you! And you cheer at us.
And lastly, do honor to your noble opponent. Gentlemen, take your guards. Are you ready?
Aye.
Lay on!
Roll.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we failed to introduce yourselves.
Yes, I am sorry.
I am Lord Ervold, the Optimistic. And this is...
Saravi, House Three Skulls.
Shall we try this again?
Sure.
Gentlemen, on your guards. Lay on!
Good! This is a type of polearm known as a vulge. It's got a blade on the front, a spike on the back, and a spike on either end. Basically, it's a medieval can opener. Very effective at yanking knights off of horses. Let's see how it does against a man already on his feet.
Gentlemen, on your guards. Lay on!
Oh, good one.
The victor, Saravi! Hey.
Lay on!
The front comes in handy.
Yeah. You're not too close. Okay, let's do one more weapon and then take a break.
All right.
We don't know.
This here.
I'm no clue.
Yes, it's a sword. It's a very long sword. Now, armor in the Middle Ages started out with what it had been in the Dark Ages, which was a chainmail shirt and an iron helmet. In time, folks realized that if they put plates of steel over the mail, that they could live longer in battle. They realized they didn't have to wear the mail anymore, but they did realize that they needed bigger weapons. This is the bigger gun. Great swords like this are more difficult to use. They require a degree of finesse that is not present, that may not be present in a polearm, and sometimes you just pay some crazy German mercenary a bunch of money to swing it a half a dozen times and die in the middle of a Swiss pike square. This particular model you'll see has a handle above the crossguard, that's called a ricasso, that changes up the grip and allows almost what they call half sorting. Let's see how this does against his weapon, his sword and shield. Who wants to see this great sword kill somebody?
Yeah!
Who wants to see a sword and shield keep on holding on? Well,
Come on.
you may win, but I got the crowd on my side.
He's got his daughter on his side, though.
Lay on!
Too quick, do it again.
Lay on!
Wait, you're holding your sword by the blade.
No, I am holding it by the ricasso. We already covered this.
I didn't listen.
Well, that's what you get for not listening. They didn't call hold. Oh, good to the body. Oh, a touch. I do confess, 'tis not so wide as a church door, nor deep as a well, but 'twill suffice. Oh, Harry, thou hast robbed me of my youth. Oh, I could prophesy, but I am dust and food for the line is worms. Worms! Double kill.
The double kill, you gotta do it again.
I'm moving to another weapon. That's a little better. This is the bigger gun. But unlike the polearm, in which you are able to take all kinds of grips with it, this sword is only blunt here and here. So it requires a greater degree of skill, a greater degree of mastery, and a greater degree of courage. Because it makes a very skinny shield. Are you ready, my friend Sarah? Pull it. Ready? Ready? On.
Skinny shield, remember?
Hold it. Did you say lay on?
Not yet.
Lay on. its choice. Should I go up against him with the great sword, the polearm, or the sword and shield? For the great sword. For the polearm. For the sword and shield. I heard sword and shield, all right? Oh, just for a thing that happened. You wouldn't just pick a fight with someone for no reason. You had to have a reason. I say that I am the shortest man in armor on this field. Who here disagrees with me?
Good Lord, you're obviously mistaken.
Oh, do you wish to prove this upon your body, sir?
I believe I'll accept that challenge.
Thank you, good sir. Let us do this.
Go, Daddy, go! Go, Daddy, go!
Waiting for your call, Marshal.
Yeah, Lieutenant, you ready?
Hey,
Lay up!
I am the shortest man in armor on this field!